Maybe you are wondering, is it possible for me to be able to travel to Bali with limited funds? I imagine how nice it would be to see the Instagram of other people who have traveled to Bali, been in luxury villas, swam in beautiful beaches, enjoyed Balinese specialties, and so on. It turns out that there is also an opportunity for everyone to travel to Bali with limited funds. Here are some tips so you can travel to Bali cheaply. The first tip: eat at the local market. Places in Bali such as in Ubud and Canggu, there are lots of westernized restaurants to serve tourists. In order to avoid expensive places, it is best to go to local restaurants called warungs, which serve traditional Indonesian food. Another budget-friendly Balinese meal is to eat at a local market. There are also morning and evening markets in Bali, where you will find delicious Indonesian food at low prices and get a taste of local life. Apart from that, you also have the opportunity to shop for souvenirs made and sold by local business owners and artisans. The second tip: book online first. Bali currently has excellent tourist infrastructure and is connected to the internet. Therefore, before you visit a place in Bali, it would be nice to make sure that you have ordered it online so that you get a much cheaper price. You will feel satisfied after ordering it online because the local business owners are also very skilled at using the internet to facilitate tourism. Some of the things you can order online include travel drivers, accommodation, and culinary delights, so you don't have to wait too long. One site for bookings is booking.com. The third tip: be wary of taxi fares that are too expensive. If the existing conditions make you have to use a taxi, then you must be aware of taxi fares that are too expensive. Usually, when you first arrive at the airport, the vehicle that is commonly used is an airport taxi. However, it should be noted that not all taxis in Bali are created equal, and it can happen that the taxi costs a little more than it should. One of the leading major taxi companies that is generally considered to be the most honest taxi service in Bali is the Bright Bluebird Taxi. The advantage of this taxi company is that it has its own app, which you can download and use whenever you need to call a taxi. Make sure you call a genuine Bluebird taxi and not a fraud. The fourth tip: we recommend renting a scooter in the city. Means of transportation are very important when traveling in Bali, because the conditions for traveling from one place to another are quite far and very tiring if taken on foot. Instead of relying on drivers who can spend quite a lot of money, you should rent a scooter. With this scooter, you will be more cost-effective and have the freedom to go to interesting places in Bali. Some important things regarding scooter rental in Bali, namely, don't rent a scooter without a helmet, and don't leave valuables on the scooter. You have to drive the scooter very carefully, follow the existing traffic rules, and also have to make sure all the things you carry when riding the scooter are safe. The fifth tip: hire a driver and find a group. In fact, in Bali there are many drivers who advertise their services in many places. However, you need to know what a reasonable and common price is. By hiring a driver in Bali, you will also get many benefits in terms of information and convenience for visiting various memorable places. One of the cheapest ways to hire a driver is to use the vide with a group of friends or fellow travelers. It would be nice if you and your fellow travelers were looking for a tour guide who is also a driver who can provide some historical and cultural context. You can look it up at coffee shops, hotels, or anyone you meet online. The sixth tip: pay by cash. Prepare cash when you stay in Bali, as there are many places that cannot accept credit cards at all. Cash is very much needed when you go to many places in Bali to pay for your expenses. If you find an ATM somewhere, for example at the airport, take cash immediately, because this is a good opportunity as a precaution if later somewhere you have difficulty finding an ATM. Plus, withdrawing money at an ATM is the easiest and cheapest way to get the cash you will need later. One thing to know about using cheap ATMs abroad is to make sure that you are using the right type of debit card. Therefore, you should also check your debit bank card first regarding foreign transaction fees every time you use a card abroad. The seventh tip: bring a water bottle. Bottled water in Bali is indeed cheap, but if you often buy bottled water, it can add to the pile of plastic waste. This can pollute an environment in Bali, such as beaches in Bali, which must be maintained for their beauty. If the plastic waste on the beach continues to increase, then the plastic will suffocate Bali's beautiful coral reefs and pollute the beaches. Therefore, act wisely by carrying a reusable water bottle. Reusable water bottles can be filled in a number of places, such as in almost every hotel, restaurant, and even coffee shops. Okay guys, how about this video? Did you find this helpful or inspiring? If yes, please give a thumbs up and press the subscribe button below. It will also cheer us up to make other innovative videos. Be sure to check out other videos too. Thank you for watching.